Hello. This is a meditation for when you are heartbroken, for when there has been disruption in your relationships. Maybe you've gone through a breakup or job loss, or perhaps you've had an argument or fight with someone close to you. This meditation is meant to help you contemplate forgiveness, find comfort, and consider restorative justice. Forgiveness does not mean that you give up your perspective or your side of things. It does not mean that you accept bad treatment of yourself. And it does not mean that the person gets away scot-free without accountability. I think so much in our culture, we struggle with forgiveness because we have a perfectionistic culture that tells us that we have to be perfect in our relationships, or else it's black and white thinking. Either we're perfect and we get along just fine, or our relationship is terrible and we need to get rid of this person fast. In my opinion, I'm seeing evidence that there's so much divisiveness in our culture because we don't know how to restore and renew and repair relationships. Instead, we tend to discard people and go no contact without really doing the work of trying to facilitate repair and restoration. There are times when going no contact is the only option left standing, and I don't want to take that away, especially if you've been through an abusive relationship where there is no repair or restoration available within the relationship. Sometimes things really are far too gone, and I want to validate that as well. And this meditation is more for relationships that are closer on the continuum to the healthy side of things. So I want to begin by teaching you the Ho'oponopono prayer. It goes like this. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. Repeating that 10 to 20 times as you let it sink into your consciousness. Repeating it towards yourself first, and then repeating it towards the person who hurt you. Let's try that now. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I release you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. You can use this mantra when you are feeling deep states of pain, anger, hurt, frustration, regret. You can repeat this Ho'oponopono prayer or mantra as many times as you need to ground yourself in the moment, to bring comfort and stillness into your mind until you find clarity and stillness and peace. Remember when you're meditating, remember to take deep breaths. Remember to show mercy to your body by finding a comfortable position where you can feel the most at ease. You don't have to sit up. You don't have to sit up super straight like a disciplined yogi. Instead, focus on creating mercy in your body, being merciful where there's tension, discomfort, and pain. Showing mercy to yourself through the breath, through finding a comfortable position. And allowing yourself to simply be just as you are in this moment, without fighting, without having to change. Just embracing yourself right now, wholly as you are. Accept yourself right now, right here. Recognizing that we can accept ourselves as flawed and imperfect beings who are still seeking to improve and do better, seeking wholeness, completeness, healing. And when we accept ourselves first, then we can accept the flaws in other people when they have hurt us as well. We're not excusing the pain or the hurt, but what we are doing is accepting that person, accepting their worth and their dignity and their value, recognizing that the being, the person, is the object of love, even if their behaviors have hurt us, even if their thoughts and beliefs may have caused us pain. We can still love the person even if we don't agree with the behaviors. Recognizing that in order to have relationships with anyone in this world, we have to separate the being from the behavior. My being loves and embraces your being. I accept you. I forgive you. I release you. And acknowledging that while we can love someone for who they are, we can also disagree with the things that they say or do. And even if we disagree with those people, even if we disagree with the actions of people, we can still love the person. That doesn't mean we have to accept or endure mistreatment, but what it does mean is that this will create space to negotiate change between you and the other person within the relationship. This creates safety and trust, knowing that one person loves and respects the other person and will not leave the circle of trust, will not reject the other person, but instead will stay and negotiate for change to improve things for the future, to improve harmony and peace in the relationship, and to restore damage that has happened in the past. This is how we create healthy attachments in our relationships, is by staying in the relationship and vowing to create restoration and change to improve the health of the relationship on both sides. Now, this does take commitment from both people that are in the relationship. If one or the other person does not stay committed in the relationship, then there can be no change. There can be no healthy attachment. There can be no safe space, because it takes two people to commit to a healthy relationship. And this can be true of romantic relationships such as marriage or partnership. And it can also mean family relationships, friendships, co-worker relationships, really any relationship that we have in our lives. It's the same dynamic. It takes two committed people who are willing to lovingly embrace and accept the other and stay committed in the relationship in order to make healthy changes and repairs. I think that this is something that's extremely valuable and rare these days in our culture. In our culture where we easily discard one another and go find someone new to fill the space or void. We easily throw away people and relationships, and we miss out on the quality of a well-nurtured relationship because of this. Many of our relationships and friendships are destined to be superficial and fake and never get into a deep intimacy of knowing someone for a long time. And this is what makes me very sad in this world, because we miss out on knowing each other. We miss out on creating the depth and the intimacy that so many of us are deeply craving and desiring and needing in our lives. So what about you? What do you think about all of this? Do you feel that you have these deep, committed relationships? Or do you feel like these are missing in your life? Do you feel like you've been discarded from someone else? Or have you found yourself discarding people? Do you feel that discarding people comes a little bit too easily and too frequently? What do you think about making changes in your life so that you can have more deep, healthy, intimate connections? I encourage you to journal about that and take some time to process what types of relationships you want to have in your life. Let's close our meditation for today with the beautiful sound of Om. Inhaling. Om. My inner light bows and honors your inner light, and we are one. Namaste.